Chapter 9. 1.2K 26 night. 1 week later. Ryder was finally released from the hospital. But the doctor advised him to rest as he still hasn't recovered fully yet. The people in Adventure Bay tried their best to keep out of trouble so Ryder could take a break. 1. Mayor Goodway, however, failed to keep her chicken out of trouble. After getting startled by Uncle Otis Beaver's, Chickaletta flies so high and ends up stuck on top of the town hall. Mayor Goodway didn't want to bother Ryder, but she had no choice since her little chicken was in real trouble. Chase was relaxing inside his pup house when he left Ryder's pup pad next to him. If any emergency would happen, he was responsible for answering it since he didn't want both Ryder. Soon enough, the pup pad started ringing. "Paw Patrol, what's your emergency?" Chase answered as he picked up the call. "Oh, Chase. I'm glad you picked up and not Ryder. I hate to bother him, but this is a real emergency," Mayor Goodway said. "It's all right, Mayor Goodway. Ryder's sleeping in the room and I took his pup pad so it won't disturb him," Chase replied. "What's the matter?" Chickaletta got startled and flew to the top of the town hall, and how she couldn't get down, Mayor Goodway explained, in a worried tone. 1. "Don't worry, Mayor Goodway. We'll get her down," Chase replied, before hanging up. Chase didn't want to wake up Ryder inside the lookout, so he decided to call the pups to head to the front yard instead. "What is it, Chase?" Skye asked. "Mayor Goodway needs help. Chickaletta is on top of the town hall and she cannot get down," Chase said. "Wait, how in the world did she get all the way up there?" Rocky questioned. "I'm not sure. But we have to get her down now," Chase answered, "so, for this mission, I'll need Ma Dash." Chase stopped before he could finish his sentence because he realized something. His facial expression turned to sadness. "You mean Marshall?" Zuma guessed. "Yeah. He fits best for this job, but he's not here," Chase said, with a frown. "You're right, Chase. We all understand, Rubble added. For me, it's just that everything is different without Marshall around anymore, Chase replied. We all feel that way, Chase. But you never know, he might change his mind and come back soon, Skye assured. The rest of the pups nodded in agreement. You're right, Skye. Maybe he will. Chase agreed as his sad face turned into a smile. Skye, you come with me for this mission. Let's take to the sky. Skye said her catchphrase. All right, Paw Patrol is on a roll, Chase said as the pups all yelped at once. Chase hopped onto his vehicle and Skye hopped onto her copter as they headed down to the town hall to rescue Chicoletta. Zuma, Rocky, and Rubble stayed behind but were ready in case they needed some backup. A moment of silence was heard. Hey, dude. Zuma broke the silence. Yeah? Rubble's attention was caught. Yup. Rock looked up, waiting for the Labrador to reply. Do you think Chase will ever tell Ryder the truth? Zuma asked. 1. Rubble and Rocky sighed at once, not sure what to say. You'll also like 82K9. K928. I don't know, Zuma. As of now, I don't think Chase is ready to tell Ryder everything yet, Rocky said. But he has to tell him soon, Zuma said. I know. We all want to tell him. But we cannot let Chase down, Rocky responded. But, guys, if Marshall somehow pops in here while Ryder knows he's dead, we're all dead, Rubble added, worriedly. What makes you think he'll do that so soon? Rocky asked. Well, you never know, Rubble answered. It doesn't matter now, we gotta tell Chase to tell the truth to Ryder, Zuma suggested. Yeah. Rocky agreed. Okay. But let's be careful not to let Ryder hear us, Rubble warned. Suddenly, they were interrupted and startled when Ryder greeted them from behind. Hey, pups. What are you three up to? Oh shoot. Did he just hear all that? Rubble asked. Shut up, Rubble, Rocky scolded, covering the bulldog's mouth. Oh, hi, Ryder. We're just talking, Zuma smiled. Yeah. Talking, Rocky grinned, sheepishly. Aha. Rubble added and began to lick Rocky's paw that was still covering his mouth. EW. Rubble? Rocky exclaimed, taking his paw away from Rubble's mouth. 2. Wait, where's Skye and Chase? Ryder asked. Oh, they went out to help Mayor Goodway. Chicoletta is on top of the town hall, and they need to get her down, Zuma explained. Zuma, you didn't have to dash. Stop, Zuma whispered, cutting off the mixed-breed pup. Rocky decided to keep his mouth shut for the rest of the conversation. Ryder, aren't you supposed to be resting right now? Zuma asked. Well, yeah. I was just checking on you, pups, Ryder answered. Did you take your medicine yet? Zuma asked. Sounds like something Marshall would say, Rubble said. Shoo. Rocky shushed him. What was that, Rubble? Zuma questioned. Air, never mind, Rubble answered, sheepishly. Not yet. But I will now, Ryder replied to Zuma. Okay. Need some help? Zuma asked. Rocky looked surprised at Zuma's question but didn't say a word about it. Oh, my dog. Zuma, Rubble said, with a lowered voice. 2. Rubble, can you get us some pup treats inside? Please? Zuma requested to stop Rubble from complaining. Rubble left to get some pup treats inside the lookout. I can do it myself, Zuma. But, thanks, Ryder said. He slowly walked back into the lookout to take his medicine. Finally, Rubble came back with some pup treats. "Here you go, Zuma. I got some for you too, Rocky," Rubble said. "Rubble, could you stop complaining while I'm talking to Ryder? It's gonna make us look suspicious," Zuma scolded. "You too, Rocky." "Well, your questions are ridiculous," Rocky said. 3. "I don't know what to say. I'm no EMT like Marshall," Zuma argued. "Also, your unnatural smile didn't help either. You know what would stop us from being like this?" "Telling him the truth," Rocky said. "Yeah. I agree with you, Rocky," Rubble added. "Can we just wait for Chase and Skye before we talk about this?" Zuma suggested. "Yeah," Rocky nodded. Rubble nodded as well, and they all stopped talking. That night, the pups were all getting ready for bed. They were lying down in their pup house, except for Skye. She didn't feel like sleeping, so she got up and went to the lookout to check on Ryder. She slowly crept inside, heading to Ryder's room. She saw the door left open, so she entered without a single noise. "Ryder? You're still awake?" Skye asked. Ryder looked directly at her. "Oh. Hey, Skye. Yeah, I just don't feel sleepy." "You?" Ryder answered. "Me too," Skye agreed with a nod. She hopped onto Ryder's bed and saw Ryder looking at a photo album of all the pups. One of the photos was of Marshall when he was still a small pup. "I miss him too," Skye said as tears started to form in her eyes. Ryder hugged Skye as tears were starting to fall from his eyes. He looked down at Skye, who was also crying, but silently. "Have I ever told you how I found Marshall in the first place?" Ryder asked her. Skye looked at him before answering. "No, I don't think you've ever told me before," Skye replied. Ryder decided to tell Skye about Marshall's story. When the tears finished, he began. Flashback. "I found Marshall in a shelter, with several other dogs. The owner of the shelter told me that every time someone would adopt him, they kept bringing him back. A couple entered the shelter to adopt a dog. They noticed Marshall's cute eyes, and they fell for his cuteness. How about that one? He's so cute," the woman said. The owner carried the Dalmatian as the couple cuddled the little pup. They left the shelter, bringing the cute puppy they adopted. 3 weeks later, that same couple came back to bring Marshall back to the shelter. "We're bringing this dog back," the man said. "Why?" the owner of the shelter asked. "He knocks everything over and makes a big mess. We tried to train him, but he just wouldn't learn. I guess he's not the right pup for us," the woman said, frustrated. Marshall cried as the owner put him back inside the cage. The couple stared at him for a moment and left the shelter afterward. Another came a man, who was looking for a puppy to adopt. Same as the couple, he fell for Marshall's cuteness and adopted him. After a month, he took Marshall back to the shelter and complained. "I couldn't even train him to do potty," the man complained. The owner said that Marshall kept going out and back into the same shelter 4 times. Nobody wanted him. They said they couldn't train him properly and he kept crashing and knocking down everything. Ryder continued telling the story. "Then one day, I lost Chase and tried to find him. I checked the shelter if he was there, and he was. 'Hello, ma'am. Have you seen my pup?' he asked, showing a picture of Chase. 'Oh, yes, dear. I think I have him here,' the owner said as he led Ryder to a cage. Chase stood up on his feet and his tail started wagging as he saw Ryder. 'There you are, Chase. I've been looking all over for you,' Ryder cheered, carrying Chase. Chase started licking him on the face. When Chase and I were about to leave, I noticed a pale, skinny Dalmatian pup, crying. He stared at us for a moment and looked away. The owner of the shelter noticed that I was looking at him. Ryder continued. The owner let out a sigh as he felt sorry for the Dalmatian that Ryder was staring at. This pup is having his last meal and he won't even eat it, the owner sighed. 6. Ryder stared at the sad Dalmatian puppy. How come nobody even adopted him? Ryder asked. They said that they couldn't train him properly. He wouldn't even learn potty training. Every time someone adopted him, they keep bringing him back here, the owner explained. Ryder continued to stare at the sad, little puppy. The puppy notices him and exchanges glances at him. I'll adopt him. The owner looked surprised. Are you sure, kid? People had a hard time training and teaching stuff to this pup. Don't worry, ma'am. I'll keep him and do my best to train and take care of him, Ryder assured her. The owner of the shelter smiled at Ryder, who decided not to give up on the little pup. After that, I adopted the pup, who was already named Marshall. Ever since then, I took care of him, started training him and teaching him new things. I never gave up on him. And after a while, he finally learned potty training and a few tricks as well. He never returned to that shelter since then. Ryder finished the story. End of flashback. And that's how Marshall ended up being in the Paw Patrol. Skye was astonished, hearing the full story of their fire pup, Marshall. At the same time, she felt sad because she also missed their funny, cute friend. You did what was right, Ryder. You never gave up on him, Skye encouraged him. Ryder smiled, despite starting to feel sad after telling the whole story. 3. Yeah. But if only he was still alive, I would have told him this story as well, and assured him that I never gave up on him and that he shouldn't give up on himself either, Ryder said. Skye no longer said a word as she was starting to feel tears forming again. Ryder hugged the sad cockapoo when he saw her starting to tear up. I think it's time we both go to bed now, huh? Ryder told her. Yeah. Now, I feel sleepy, Skye replied. Me too, Ryder chuckled a bit. Skye hopped off the bed to head back outside at her pup house. Before leaving the room, she bid good night before pushing the door to close. Good night, Ryder. Sleep well. Good night, Skye. Ryder replied, smiling. After that, Skye pushed the door shut and left to head to her pup house. Chapter 10. The next morning, Chase was awakened by a familiar voice calling him. He opened his eyes and got up to his feet, facing whoever called him. Hi, Chase, a familiar pup greeted him. Marshall? Chase said, dropping his jaw in shock, you came back. Chase was about to rush to Marshall to hug him, but Marshall backed off, trying to avoid his hug. No, don't even go near me. Wah-dash. Why? What's wrong? Chase asked. I know you, Chase. You don't want me anymore, Marshall said. No, that's not true. We were all miserable when you left. Everything changed without you, Chase disagreed. Then why did you tell them that I was dead when I'm not? I thought we were best friends. But you told everyone that I was gone forever. You want me gone because of my clumsiness, right? Marshall told him. No, that's not what I meant. You don't understand. I'm just trying to dash. No, you don't understand. I've caused so many accidents and one of them took my owner's life. I know you all hate me for everything I've caused. You're all better off without me, Marshall replied. Marshall, what are you talking about? Ryder is not dead, Chase corrected, Marshall. Goodbye, Chase. Marshall said as he started to disappear. Marshall, wait. Come back. Chase shouted. Tears started to form in his eyes as he watched his friend vanish into the fog. Marshall. Chase immediately opened his eyes and realized he was just dreaming. 1. Oh, it was just a dream. Chase, a different voice called. Oh, not again. Chase, it's me. Skye called once again. Oh, phew. Hi, Skye. Chase greeted. I heard you screaming and wanted to check you out. You okay? Skye told him. Yeah, just having a bad dream. It's about Marshall, Chase replied. I know you miss him too. We all do, Skye answered. Everything was different without Marshall. We lost our fire pup, our friend who always crashes into us in the elevator, Chase said, sadly. But he's not dead, Chase. Remember? Skye reminded. How can we even be sure he's still alive? We don't even know where he is. Chase asked. Skye didn't know what to say next, so she just let out a sigh. I'm sorry, Chase. I don't know either. Not long while we were talking, Ryder called us into the kitchen for breakfast. The rest of the pups got out of their pup house and ran to the kitchen. The pups chatted on the way there. Do you think Marshall even thinks about heading back here? Rubble asked. Dude, what? Zuma asked, raising an eyebrow. Shoo, lower your voices. Skye shushed. We don't know, Rubble. We're not even sure if he's still alive, Chase answered. Chase? How could you say that? Rocky said, angrily. Rocky, calm down. Skye said. Guys, I'm sorry I said that. Look, I had a bad dream where Marshall was there, Chase said. You'll also like. The pups listened intently and silently. He said how much we hate him because of his clumsiness. And that I lied about him being dead. Chase opened up. Now I don't know what to do. If I tell Ryder about what happened to Marshall, he's gonna hate me forever. Tell me what? Everyone turned their attention to whoever asked a question, only to drop their jaws because it was Ryder who asked. All the pups exchanged glances at each other. Oh shoot. Zuma whispered. 3. Chase, answer him. Skye whispered as well. Chase, what was that about? Ryder asked, looking confused. Suddenly, Ryder's pup pad started ringing. He picked it up and answered the call. It was Jake calling him. Hi, Ryder. How's it going, dude? Jake greeted. Ryder walked away from the pups to continue the conversation. All the pups, except Chase, sighed in relief. 1. Oh phew. Jake just saved us. Rocky sighed. I know, right? I'll thank him later, Skye added. But still, you never know if Ryder will come back to ask about it again, Zuma said. Let's just hope Jake keeps the conversation long enough for Ryder to forget about it, Chase replied. How about we eat first? Rubble asked, giggling. You're right, Rubble. I'm hungry too, Skye added. I don't feel like eating anymore, Chase sighed, walking back to his pup house. The rest of the pups stared in confusion as Chase walked away from them. After that, they exchanged glances with each other. What's wrong with Chase? Rocky asked. I don't know. But I'll just bring his food to his pup house, Skye answered. On the other hand, Ryder and Jake were conversing on the phone. Everest was listening carefully from behind, making sure Jake wouldn't spill the secret. How are you feeling now, dude? I'm much better now, Jake. But I'm still trying to take it easy. I don't want the pups to worry too much about me, Ryder answered. That's good. I'm trying to stay out of trouble these days. You know, I know you're still recovering, so I don't want you to have a hard time, Jake replied. Thanks, Jake. But don't hesitate to call us if there's a real problem. After all, I'm getting bored and I want to get out to do something. My pups just wouldn't let me, Ryder chuckled. Yeah, true. But I'll be sure to let you or the pups know if anything urgent comes up here, Jake told him. Say, hasn't Marshall returned yet? 3. Huh? Oh, never mind. Everest, who was hearing the whole conversation, couldn't help but shout at Jake. Jake? Not now, Everest. I'm on the phone with Ryder, Jake shouted back. Everest growled at him. Was that Everest? Ryder asked. Yeah. I don't know what she wants, but I don't think it's important now, Jake answered. How about you check on her first and call me back when you're done? I gotta go do something too, Ryder suggested. Oh, sure. That's fine. I'll talk to you later, Jake replied. Bye. After Ryder hung up, Everest walked up to Jake, full of frustration on her face. Jake, why did you ask that? Everest asked. Sorry. I forgot, Jake apologized. Oh, Chase is gonna kill me if Ryder finds out, Everest facepalmed. I'm sorry, Everest. Jake said, sheepishly. After hanging up on Jake, Ryder went to look for the pups. The pups had already run off after eating their breakfast, scared of Ryder asking them about what they were talking about earlier. Chase! Chase! Skye shouted as she was looking for Chase, panicky. What? Chase shouted back, coming out from the living room. You're still not gonna tell Ryder? Skye asked. Tell what? Chase questioned, tilting his head in confusion. The truth. Skye said. No. Rubble, Rocky, and Zuma spotted the two talking loudly and approached them. Chase? You have to tell him. Now. He's already heard part of what you said earlier, and there's no way you can hide it from him anymore, Skye told him. I agree with Skye, dude. Zuma added, we can't keep secrets anymore. Yeah, and we're already suspicious looking, Rubble replied. But what if it means losing his trust in us? Chase asked. Then, it's okay. As long as we tell him the truth before he finds us even more suspicious, Rocky answered. Ryder, on the other hand, was looking for all the pups. They somehow disappeared while he was talking on the phone with Jake. Speaking of Jake, the question Jake left kept Ryder thinking a lot. Why would Marshall return? He's dead. He thought to himself. He checked the pup houses and saw that none of his pups were there. However, he saw a small piece of paper on Chase's pup house. He grabbed it and began to read it. 5. Hey, guys. I know how tired you all are from all the accidents that I have caused recently. So I think you're all better off without me. Just please don't go looking for me. I'm sorry. Marshall. Ryder was shocked, reading the note over and over again to make sure everything he understood was right. He couldn't believe it. Was this true? Did this mean Marshall's not dead? Even worse, did his pups just lie to him? He ran inside the lookout to find the pups. He could hear them having conversations inside as he followed the sound of their voices. 2. I'm telling you, Chase. If you don't tell Ryder now, things are just gonna get worse, Rocky said. Chase, please. Do it for us. For Marshall. Rubble added. Guys, can you just let me dash? Chase? Ryder cut him off. Everyone turned their attention to him, shutting their mouths. Is there something you're not telling me? The pups turned their heads toward Chase, expecting him to tell the truth. No, Ryder. Why? Chase replied. The pups stared irritatedly at Chase. Then how do you explain this? Ryder questioned, as he handed the note that Marshall wrote before he ran away. The pups, even Chase, stared, both shocked and nervous. They had no idea how Ryder found out or where he even found the note. The pups all stared back at Chase and stood there, speechless. Oh no. Chase muttered.